Hello everyone, I am Navdeep Kaur, Assistant Professor of English, Department of English, Cultural Studies and Foreign Languages, Khalsa College Patiala. Today's lecture is meant for Semester 5 of B.A. Final Cultural Studies students. Since the medium of instruction is both Punjabi and English, I will be teaching in Punjabi wherever it is necessary. The topic of this lecture is Francis Bacon, a short biography. Biography means jeevani. We will be reading about his life and works in brief. In the syllabus, we have two essays by Francis Bacon. The first is of customs and education, and the second is of nature in men. And these two essays has been taken from his book Essays, Religious Meditations, Places of Persuasion and Dissuasion. So this is the picture of Francis Bacon. This is how he looked. Francis Bacon was an English philosopher and statesman. He was born in 1561. Means he was born in 16th century when Queen Elizabeth I was the ruler of England. Bacon took higher education from Trinity College, University of Cambridge, and he died in 1626 when James I was the ruler of England. Much of his political career flourished in James I's reign. He was also known as Lord Verulam. He served as Attorney General also and Vice Chancellor of England. Lord Chancellor of England. Bacon was much interested in science. Before him, there was a fashion of Aristotelian way of reaching at truth. So, what is this Aristotelian way of reaching at truth? It refers to finding truth after arguing for a long time. For example, if you and I argue on a topic for a long period of time, today also, tomorrow also, and for many days, and then we reach at a conclusion, that is called Aristotelian method. This is also known as deductive reasoning, syllogism. But Bacon found a new empirical method of finding the truth. So what was this new empirical method? His new scientific method involved gathering data, prudently analyzing it, and performing experiments to observe nature's truth in an organized way. In his book Novum Organum, Bacon gives a detail of a new system of logic known as Baconian method, which he believed to be superior to the old ways of syllogism. किस तरह ਦਾ ਸੀ empirical method जो इसने डिवाइस किया, जो इसने ਲੱਭਿਆ, ਉਹ ਇਹ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ ਟਰੁੱਥ ਲੱਭਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆਬਜ਼ਰਵ ਕਰੋ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਡੇਟਾ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਕਰੋ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਐਨਾਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ਡ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਖੋਜੋ ਤੇ ਪਰਖੋ। That was called empirical method of Bacon. Under his religious and meditative works, we can mention three main works. The first is New Atlantis. It's a book in which he talks about a new unknown place called Ben Salem. And it talks about a utopian world. Utopian world means ideal world. ਅਜਿਹਾ ਵਰਲਡ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਬੰਦਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੈ. So it talks about a utopian world where the inhabitants are of a high moral character and they're honest, and no official in that world accepts any payment for their services from the visitors, and the people are chaste and pious. And then we talk about his essays. It's a book from which the present 2 essay has been taken for the study. The original edition of this book included 10 essays only. A much enlarged second edition appeared in 1612 with 38 essays. And then another edition came under the title Essays or Consuls, Civil and Moral. It was published in 1625 with 58 essays. Now I give you the overview of the 2 essays which are prescribed in the syllabus. In his essay of Custom and Education, Francis Bacon wished to lay the foundation of an ideal society where the seeds of good customs are sown in the early life of man. In his compelling meditations, he says that the world remembers us not for our thoughts, nor for our words, but because of our action and our behavior. ਕਹਿਣ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਲਫ਼ਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਐਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਯਾਦ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ. ਅਗਰ ਅਜਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ, ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਸਟਮਸ, ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਿਹੇਵੀਅਰ ਲਰਨ ਕਰਨੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਅੱਛੀ ਸੋਸਾਇਟੀ ਬਣਾ ਦੇਣ. Therefore, in order to produce a good society, it is important that members of that society are taught good habits or good customs in their early lives. So this is the theme of the first essay of Custom and Education. And his second essay of Nature in Men, Bacon studies human nature and says it's a great mystery. We cannot understand human nature in its full. His essay speaks to the eternal struggle of us humans with ourselves. For example, अगर मैं कहाँ आज कि मैं चाय पीनी बंद कर देती है, मैं आज सुबह चाय नहीं पीवांगी, मैं इसनों अपना रेजोल्यूशन बना लेनी हाँ. ओके 1 वीक नहीं पीती, 2 वीक्स नहीं पीती, लेकिन 3rd वीक मेरा दिल करता है, मेरे सामने चाय आती है एंड आई ड्रिंक इट. सो समटाइम्स वी फेल as human beings and sometimes we win from ourselves. This is what he talks about of nature in men. So this is all about Bacon in this lecture.